Hey guys, Daryl here in the Victory 4x4 garage. Today I want to do a quick overview on our Strike rear bumper for the Toyota 4Runner. This is kind of unique in that it's modular. You can add what we're calling adventure carriers on at the time of purchase or later. They bolt on. You can add one, you can add both. You can remove them really easily if you don't want to run them all the time. So right now this bumper is available for the 5th gen 4Runner, but we plan on the other generations of 4Runner, Tacomas, Tundras, maybe the Gladiator if you're on the Jeep side. The tire carriers will be exactly the same. It'll be the base bumper that changes. So let's talk about some features really fast. Like I said, you can run one carrier, you can run both, you can run no carriers. We have a tire mount on this one. So you can go ahead and open that up, and this one is blank to kind of show you your mounting options. We make a high lift mount for this, we make a Rotopax mount for this, we make a combination high lift mount, traction board mount, we make a ton of stuff for these. So really the sky's the limit for what you want to mount on these. And the reason this is modular is because these tire carrier spindles right here bolt into the bumper. All of the bumpers come with a sleeve that's welded into the bumper that accepts the spindle for these tire carrier bearings and sleeves and such. This is all sealed, it's got roller bearings in, it's going to last forever, and that's what makes it kind of unique in that these are designed to bolt in and be strong. You'll see a lot of carriers on the market that when you open the carrier up, it kind of flexes the whole bumper, flexes the carrier. No, not here. This will move the whole truck, which is very important to us, ridiculously stiff. If you saw when I open it, there's a spring-loaded plunger right here. This isn't meant to be like a catch. Don't let it swing open on that, but it's meant to be a stop. So that means that it'll stop if you're on a hill or whatever, and then you pull it open and can close it. So you don't really want to let it go like that because that'll eventually break this, but as a stop, it works absolutely fantastic. So another option we have for this is this fold-down table here. So a neat little fold-down table for whatever you want. You can make breakfast on there. You can sit on it maybe if you want to, get a nice Instagram profile photo or whatever. So the table will fit on either swing. You can do both if you like. Just tons of options. Tire mount is adjustable up and down, left and right. So you can run, I think we're saying you can run up to a 37 on this. I don't know why you'd run a 37 unless you just chop the crap out of your 4Runner, but it's nice to know the option is there. This is a 33, fits on here really well. We're also doing a camera relocation kit. So you can see right here, the factory camera is relocated here with license plate light in there. And we'll show you how to do all of the wiring for that in the installation video. So those are the swings. Like I said, lots of options for those. The lower portion of the bumper features cutouts for 3" by 3" LED lights. It's got a spot for a high lift jack there in case you need to jack this bumper. It comes with a receiver hitch, and this bolts right in to the factory rear cross member, like where the factory receiver bolts in, so that's super strong. It has some D-ring tabs, so you can put some 3/4 inch D-rings through it, and it's just a super strong, beefy bumper that doesn't look like it's an afterthought. Everything kind of matches the factory contours nicely. It's super stiff, like I said before, bolts in great. It's a mess, sorry. We've kind of been doing some testing on it, so that's why it's not cleaned up. So yeah, lots of options, and like I said, you can add these swings later. So you can order this bumper now, and then as your build progresses, you can add one or both swings, and they come off just as easy as they go on. So if you want to pull in between trips, you can either just pull this cap, pull the top nut, and just pull this off and leave the spindle, tape it up so it doesn't get rusty, or you can pull the spindle out, put a cap on there, whatever you'd like to do with that. So we're still working on the full installation video for this bumper and these swings, so you'll see that coming soon. But for right now, we'll give you a little sneak peek on that. We're going to show you how to do the trimming on the plastic of the 4Runner. So that video is all done. So we're going to kind of show you that, and then pretty soon you'll see the full installation video, how to install the bumper, how to install the swings, how to do the wiring for the backup camera, all that exciting stuff. So look for that coming soon. We'll post that where you see us post everything else, and we'll show you that trimming video now. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Now to do this, we actually have to cut the factory bumper plastic here on the lines that I've laid out. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you take your time, it should be no problem at all. And the reason we chose to do that is because if we didn't, you'd have to remove it, and we'd have to make panels to fill all this in. It never really looks great. So it's going to look a lot better if we cut right here, and then it will flow perfectly into our bumper. Now to cut this, all you're going to need is either a cutoff wheel or a sawzall or a body saw, whatever you have available. Just take your time, make sure you lay your tape out straight, you'll have great results. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to want to do is remove this mud flap, and that happens with a bolt up here, a bolt on the inside, 2 clips, and a bolt from the bottom. Go ahead and pull this mud flap on both sides and we can mark the line for our cut. So on the sides here, we're going to lay this tape line down 5 inches from this body line. 5 inches right here and 5 inches right here. You can make a mark on there and then use the tape as a straight edge, or you can use like one of those cheap laser levels that you can get from a home store. But all you're really worried about is that you measure down 5 inches from here, 5 inches from here, and that this line is straight all the way around here. On the rear corner here, we're going to measure up 2 1/4 from this seam down here, 2 1/4. And then you're going to have a nice straight line all the way around the side here. Now for the inside, you want to make sure this line is just straight, parallel with the vehicle. Now we're going to do this line here, and to do that, we're going to measure 1/4 inch off from this radius here. We're going to match this radius as it goes along this step portion of the bumper. And then where we lose this radius, we're going to go ahead and just go straight and straight up to our other line. Using tape in this really makes a nice line. You can use a marker. This is called 3M fine line tape. It's really handy for laying out stuff like this. All right, now we can cut this. And if you're careful, you can cut it with the bumper on, but make sure your cutting tool doesn't go much deeper than 1/2 inch or so, or you'll start to get into sheet metal. If you're worried about that, go ahead and pull the bumper off. There's these bolts here. There's some screws up on top here. There's some clips. Pull the inner fenders. You can pull everything apart, but it'll save you a lot of time if you just cut it on here and are super careful. I'm going to cut this with a 4-inch cutoff wheel just because it's kind of easy to get a nice straight edge. If you don't have one of these, you can use a sawzall, you can use a handsaw, you can use anything. It'll cut really easily. I just find that this allows me to make the straightest cut as I go across. Now once you get that cut done, there's going to be 2 bolts on the bottom here we have to remove with a 10mm socket or end wrench. Then the bumper should be free. All right, once that cut is all done, you can go ahead and pull your tape and then clean up your edge. You can do that with like a 4-inch sanding disc or with a piece of sandpaper on a block, whatever you have that's easiest for you.